it's been over 100 years since the Titanic's maiden voyage. But, did you know an extremely rare car went down with the ship as well?
Really?
Make sure to subscribe to our channel. We post automotive content Mondays and Fridays. Hey guys, I'm Kendra Sommer, and I'm a little late to the party putting two and two together that James Cameron's 1997 Titanic movie was based on real Titanic passengers, including the car. You know, the car where Rose and Jack did some redecorating. Yep, that's the one right there. It's a 1912 Renault Type CB Coupe de Ville. This Renault is powered by a 2.6-liter L inline 4-cylinder engine. It propelled the luxury town car to speeds of 35 miles an hour. That's fast, huh? It had a rich interior, very elegant of course, and it was actually compared to a palace with its gold trimming. Now you might be asking, how did this end up on the Titanic? That's a good question. By way of an American millionaire, of course.
They love money, so just pretend like you own a gold mine and you're in the club.
His name was William Carter, and he was a first-class passenger on the RMS Titanic. His wealth came from the iron and coal business back in Pennsylvania. Let's just say the family business was good.
A real man makes his own luck, Archie. Right, Dawson?
His wife Lucy and their children were returning from a months long European vacation. I don't think I had enough months in there, so months. The Carters had traveled to Europe in 1911 to attend George V and Mary of London's coronation, and their tour to Europe just hadn't stopped there. They continued on months after that. And this is where William spots the French car. And it's not just any French car, it's the Renault.
You shine up like a new penny.
You see, at this time, European cars were viewed as elite and could be considered superior to American car manufacturers overall. Ford, we're looking at you. You see, owning a flashy and higher status car was a must. If you think about it, Henry Ford's Model T was becoming more mainstream and affordable to the average American. For an example, in 1912, the Model T was selling for about $690, okay? Now let's fast forward to today's money, that's about $22,000. And William just had to have something more exclusive. So he found this Renault. So this was actually sent over in pieces to be assembled in America, and it was shipped over in a crate. If we look at the ship's cargo manifest, we'll see that this was actually in cargo 1 on the ship. Backtrack a little, in a cruel twist of fate, the Carter family originally booked a passage a week earlier on April 3rd, but then instead decided, hey, let's extend our trip a little bit longer. So that's what happened there. But back to the car. The car was loaded into a cargo hold on the port side of the lower deck. Now, this deck unfortunately was below the water line, so it just flooded very quickly. William's wife Lucille, the children, and the maids were all able to escape on lifeboat 4. Mr. Carter actually escaped in the same lifeboat as Joseph Ismay. Now, you might remember him from the Titanic movie.
Well, I may have knocked her together, but idea was Mr. Ismay's.
He is the chairman of the White Star Line, which is the company that produced the Titanic.
He envisioned a steamer. So grand.
After they were rescued, they were labeled as cowards because society felt that they should have given up their spot to a woman or child and that they shouldn't have gotten on a lifeboat at all. So that wasn't very good. He filed for a $5,000 insurance claim on the car, which $5,000 in 1912 is equal to about $140,000 today. And after this, his marriage started to sink as well. Lucille filed for divorce because she was abandoned by her husband on Titanic. I'm sorry, what? I couldn't even imagine. She said that she didn't even know where he was until she saw him on the Carpathia, which was the rescue ship. Okay, so that was after the rescue, so in 1914, she divorces him and she takes the kids. Now, the car has never been discovered with the wreckage, but there is an unconfirmed photo. This was taken 20 years ago when James Cameron went down and did an exploration. Definitely makes you wonder. So this car is one of two. The other's on display at the Volo Museum in Illinois. They have a big Titanic exhibit. It's very cool. And speaking of this museum, in late June 2024, this museum had an unexplained flooding in the Titanic exhibit. And it looks like it was coming from where the car was. Now, this is actually one of two cars, as I mentioned, and it's the same car that would have been on the Titanic. If you look at the surveillance video, it looks like the water's coming from the car. And guys, there's no explanation for the flooding. This marks the first instance of flooding in the building's more than 40-year history. Apparently, there's no source of water where the flooding had come from. In the building, even on the perimeter, the building is completely dry. Okay, there's no signs of flooding, no roof leaks, no broken pipes. The perimeter around the building is completely dry. This is all according to the website. In their search to find out where the water was coming from, you can see the security footage right here, and it appears that the water is coming from the 1912 Renault. This is the sister car to the one that sank with the Titanic, and this is the only known car to have been aboard the ship, okay? So the footage is very eerie. It kind of looks like scenes from the movie where the water just rushes in. All right, guys, that's all I have today. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Kendra Sommer, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Later, cruisers.